You do not walk alone, though the road can feel narrow. The solitude you are living through is not a penalty. It is a consecration. You have been set apart so that the noise can fall away and a truer signal can reach you. Human plans move in straight lines and small horizons. The divine works in deeper currents, shaping what we cannot yet see. This separation is not meant to harm you, but to prepare you to stretch your capacity so that you can carry what is coming. When familiar ties loosen and certain doors close without warning, it is natural to fear that you are being abandoned. You are not. You are being invited into a quieter chamber where guidance is easier to hear. A seed spends its first season in darkness. Hidden is not forgotten. Buried is not dead. In the same way, this quiet period refines you like ore in a furnace. The flame does not argue, it simply removes what does not belong. Doubt, stale habits, and old identities lose their grip when you stop feeding them with attention. What remains is truer, clearer, steadier. You are being made able to hold a larger assignment without collapsing under its weight. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. Loneliness says, "No one is here." Solitude says, "Make room, for God is near." In the stillness, your breath slows and your hearing sharpens. Wisdom seldom shouts, it knocks, it whispers. It returns to the door you keep unlocked. If you will sit long enough to listen, you will notice a change in what draws your eye, in which conversations tire you, in which paths feel clean beneath your feet. That is discernment waking up. Do not hurry this season. Flowers do not bloom because the clock demands it. They open because the light and the root agree. Your life will open in the same way at the right hour, when your inner state and the outer arrangement meet. Worry will try to speed you up. Worry is a poor strategist. Faith does not mean pretending you can see every step. It means walking the next faithful step with a steady spine, trusting that a larger map exists. The world may not understand why you withdraw from certain habits or circles. Your calling is not a committee project. You are not shaped to fit the ordinary pattern. You are shaped to be useful. Usefulness to God requires focus, and focus requires pruning. Do not dramatize the pruning. Let what no longer belongs fall away with quiet dignity. You will not diminish. You will become concentrated. Do not disappear. The temptation in isolation is to vanish into bitterness or apathy. That is not the instruction. The instruction is to become strong, clear, and aligned, so that when you re-enter the room, you bring light rather than noise. Seek God in plain hours. Pray without theatrics. Journal what you are shown. Walk, breathe, pay attention to what expands your peace and what steals it. The answers you have been chasing are not far away. They are simply delicate and refuse to shout over constant distractions. You are being taught to trust more than what your eyes report. Your life often mirrors your inner consent. If you consent to scarcity in your thoughts, you will keep meeting it in your days. If you consent to worthiness and responsibility, opportunities gather quietly at your edges. Imagination is not escapism. It is the workshop where you shape feeling truths that the body in the day can follow. Hold an image of your life made whole, not someday, but as a reality you inhabit within now. Let your nervous system learn the texture of peace, competence, and completion, and your choices will rise to meet that standard. Thought alone is a blueprint. Feeling is the living current that animates it. When mind and heart contradict each other, your life reflects the confusion. When they align, your days develop traction. Practically, this means disciplining your inner speech. Catch the sentences that sabotage you and replace them with sentences that carry weight. This is not empty affirmation. It is governance. Mastery of the mind is sober work. You direct your attention like a steward with keys, not like a leaf in wind. Train it through prayer, through watchfulness, through simple daily promises you keep. Belief structures experience. This is not a soft slogan. It is a hard law. What you truly accept as yours instructs your posture, your tone, your pace, and those choices set conditions that produce results. If your acceptance has been shaped by fear, your results will confirm the fear. If your acceptance is shaped by trust and diligence, your results will begin to corroborate that trust. Grace does not cancel sowing and reaping. Grace gives you the strength and clarity to sow better. Do not cultivate softness that retreats from every pressure. Gold does not ask the fire to be gentler. Pressure reveals structure. The path will ask for discipline, for endurance, for calm under heat. Choose the hard good over the easy waste. There is no glory in avoiding the work meant to strengthen you. Courage grows by use. Every time you stand when quitting would feel merciful, you lengthen your capacity. With capacity comes trust. With trust comes broader stewardship. There is a plan larger than your view. You will not understand each delay while you are inside it. Look back on prior detours and notice how many of them guarded you from smaller lives. Timing belongs to God. Your task is readiness. Readiness is not theatrical striving. It is quiet order. Clear priorities, clean habits, and a heart that refuses contempt. When the door opens, you will not need to force it. You will simply recognize your name on it. Guidance in daily life is often ordinary. A sentence in a conversation. A peace that arrives when you consider one option and leaves when you consider another. A door that closes no matter how politely you knock. Do not resent closed doors. They are mercies in uniform. Pay attention to patterns that repeat, verses that return, themes that will not release you, counsel that arrives from several directions at once. Providence does not mind confirming itself. Waiting is not wasted. Waiting without worship becomes corrosion. Waiting with worship becomes preparation. Use the in-between to mend your interior. Grieve what must be grieved, forgive what must be released, and bless what must continue without you. Heal so that you do not bleed on wounds that did not cut you. Clean your motives. A clean motive can carry weight that talent alone cannot bear. As your inner order strengthens, you will notice a shift in the material of your days. The right faces turn toward you. Work that once felt heavy becomes straightforward. What you once chased begins to approach of its own accord. This is not magic, it is agreement. You are not convincing a distant universe to be kind. You are cooperating with a present God who already is. Speak to God with gratitude as though the promise lives in your house, not out on the horizon. Give thanks before you see, not as a bargaining chip, but as a confession of trust. Gratitude is the language of arrival. Doubt will still knock. Let it knock. You are not a prisoner of every visitor to your mind. Answer with remembrance. How you were led through valleys you did not map. How certain losses made room for harvests you could not have grown otherwise. Memory is medicine when chosen wisely. Release the urge to control the route and the schedule. Control is a loud anxiety that wears the uniform of responsibility. True responsibility is quieter. It keeps its word, does today's work, and refuses to trespass into tomorrow's worry. The divine is not late. We are simply early with our demands. Hardship will visit again. When it does, face it standing up. Smooth seas do not make skilled sailors, and you are being trained for deeper water. Do not romanticize struggle, but do not curse it either. Meet it with prayer, with counsel, with rest where needed, and with work where required. Your strength is not bravado. Your strength is a practiced calm that refuses to surrender meaning. You were not sent to echo the room. You were sent to bless it. That is why you have been pulled aside, to be tempered, not tamed. Hold your peace. Keep your promise. Guard your tongue. Build what is yours to build. Let your life make a quiet argument that cannot be refuted. In due season, you will step out from this hidden work carrying a weight of clarity that noise cannot counterfeit. You will not need to announce yourself. The fruit will do the speaking. Everything in you that still trembles at the thought of being seen can rest in this. You do not need to perform for favor you already carry. You do not need to chase what is sworn to find you. Align your thought with truth, your feeling with trust, your action with integrity, and your pace with wisdom. Then walk one faithful step, and then another. The rest is handled, and when you doubt again, as all hearts do, return to the simple prayer that steadies the ground beneath your feet. Lead me, make me ready, keep me true. Say it until your breathing evens and your hands remember their strength. Say it until the room feels honest again. Say it and then get back to the good work of becoming, because hidden is not overlooked. Quiet is not empty. This season is not a detour. It is the straight road just through the forest. Keep moving. You are being shaped for more than you imagined, and you are closer than you think. You are learning to carry yourself with a quieter kind of strength, the kind that does not need an audience to be real. Begin to build a small rule for your days. Keep it plain and repeatable. Rise when you said you would. Make your bed. Read something that cleans your sight before the world starts talking. Pray with honest words. Work on the task that matters most while your mind is fresh. Eat like your body is a tool you intend to use for a long time. Move it. Step outside and let the sky correct your scale. Keep short accounts with people. Apologize without performance when you are wrong. Forgive without rehearsing the injury. These simple acts build a floor under your feet so that larger doors do not find you hollow. Guard your speech. Words are seeds. Speak less when you are heated. Praise in public and correct in private. Refuse cheap cynicism. It feels intelligent and costs integrity. Refuse flattery. It feels kind and rots trust. Say what is true, necessary, and proportioned to the moment. When you cannot bless a room, bless it by your silence. When you must confront, do it with a steady tone and a clean motive. Your future will thank you for conversations you kept from becoming fires. Learn the difference between testing and tempting. Testing aims to strengthen what is good in you. Tempting aims to separate you from it. Testing often arrives as work that feels heavier than your size. Tempting often arrives as ease that flatters your ego. Ask of each offer, does this enlarge my obedience or merely my image? Ask of each seeming shortcut, will this make me a truer person or only a louder one? If you listen long enough, your peace will answer before your pride. Order your loyalties. Honor God above your feelings, truth above tribe, duty above mood. Much modern advice will try to sell you a self that never has to do hard things on hard days. Decline the offer. Your calling will require you to be faithful when no one is clapping, to be careful when no one is watching, and to be courageous when no one is coming to rescue you. Courage is not a shout. Courage is a quiet refusal to betray what you know. Treat your work as worship. Finish tasks. Return messages. Keep promises you did not need to make. Build things that function when you are not present to defend them. Do not confuse distraction with depth or motion with progress. If you spend your best hours proving you are busy, you will be too tired to become useful. Choose depth. Depth compounds. Steward money without superstition or shame. Give some away on purpose. Save with patience. Spend with clarity. Debt is a quiet leash that shortens your stride. Simplicity is not poverty. It is freedom to say yes when your assignment arrives. Let your purchases serve your purpose, not the other way around. Practice Sabbath in spirit even on weeks when you cannot take a full day. Lay your phone down. Sit with people who knew you before your titles. Laugh. Remember that joy is not a luxury item. Joy is strength. If you cannot rest, you will start to call noise momentum and hurry faith. You will mistake adrenaline for anointing. Rest is an act of trust that the world will turn without your hand on the wheel. Choose teachers carefully. Do not chase personalities. Look for fruit that lasts, homes that are at peace, eyes that have seen sorrow and did not grow hard. Receive counsel from those who can say the hard thing without needing you to applaud them for it. Beware the guide who always places you at the center. You are not made to be a shrine to yourself. You are made to be a living instrument. Let service break the back of self-importance. Carry chairs. Write the thank you note no one expects. Pick up the small task others leave behind. This does not make you lesser. It makes you reliable. Authority that refuses service is theater. Authority that embraces service becomes safe in the hands of God. Expect to be misunderstood when you change. Some will prefer your earlier version because it made fewer claims on them. Bless them and keep walking. You do not owe anyone the performance of remaining the same person who kept them comfortable. What you owe is honesty, kindness, and a refusal to slander those who do not yet understand your path. As you re-enter public rooms after a hidden season, resist the urge to over-explain where you have been. Let your conduct carry the exclamation. Competence is a dialect everyone understands. Timeliness, accuracy, and calm are sentences that say more than any speech about your growth. Return like a craftsman, not a celebrity. Do not try to skip the slow progression from promise to practice. The path will take you through repetition. You will be asked to demonstrate patience in places where you once panicked. You will be asked to speak with gentleness in settings where you once needed to win. You will be asked to deliver consistent work where you once relied on flair. Take these as confirmations, not punishments. They are the muscles of your future being built. Keep a record of mercies. Not everything must be written, but some things should be. Date the day you were delivered from a fear that ran your calendar. Note the hour you chose the honest no over the flattering yes. Mark the month a habit broke and did not return. In lean seasons, read these pages back to your doubting mind until it remembers that faith has a history. When storms rise, shrink the field of control. Do the next right thing in front of you. Drink water, take the walk, make the call. Pray the simple prayer. Fold the shirt. Answer the one message you owe. When your mind attempts to catastrophize the decade, bring it home to the day. Ask, what would faith do with this hour? And do that. Excellence in small things is how you meet large assignments without theatrics. Refuse bitterness. Bitterness imagines it is protecting you from harm. In truth, it salts your own soil. Release the accounts you cannot collect. Bless those who moved on. Thank God that you will not have to carry certain weights into your next rooms. Your hands cannot receive if they remain clenched around old debts. Nurture holy ambition, not the restless craving to be seen, but the sober desire to be maximally useful. Aim to be the person God can trust with people, with resources, with decisions that affect futures. This ambition will keep you studying when applause would have sent you home early. It will keep you cautious with praise and careful with criticism. It will make you the sort of leader who sleeps at night. Train your appetite for truth. Read old books so that you are not trapped in the fashion of this week. Sing old songs so that you remember what endured before your moment. Speak with elders so that your zeal learns patience without losing its flame. You honor the future by honoring what was sturdy in the past. Make peace with obscurity. If your name must be bright for your work to be faithful, your allegiance is misplaced. Some of your best labor will be invisible except the one who asked for it. That is enough. The scoreboard you need to watch is internal. Am I more honest this month, more disciplined, more merciful, more precise, more free? If yes, you are winning in the only way that cannot be taken. When a new door opens, carry in the same habits that kept you alive in the quiet. Do not trade prayer for pace, counsel for clicks, or patience for rush. Protect mornings. Protect study. Protect your family from the splash of your public life. Protect the small circle that can tell you the truth and be heard. If you keep the root healthy, the branches can stretch without snapping. Remember that power is on loan. Steward it with fear and trembling in the best sense, aware that people live under the decisions you sign. Choose what is right over what is easy, and what is necessary over what is novel. When unsure, slow down. When certain, move cleanly. Own your errors quickly. Share credit freely. This is how trust grows tall and straight. Return often to gratitude. Gratitude is not denial of pain. It is proper proportion. It reminds you that even in dark valleys there are green shoots if you will lower your gaze. Thank God for the closed doors that kept you from smaller stories. Thank Him for the mentors who challenged your shortcuts. Thank Him for the strength to stand up and try again after days that humbled you. When the voice of panic rises, answer with a practiced breath and a true sentence. I am not late. I am being made ready. Say it until your pace returns to wisdom. Say it until your shoulders lower. Then take the one faithful step in front of you and entrust the rest. The day will come when you look back at this quiet stretch and understand its kindness. You will see how the pruning made room for fruit, how the furnace set your alloy, how the hidden years taught you to move without noise. You will bless the darkness that kept you from premature light, and you will bless the God who walked when you thought you were alone. Keep going. Keep your hands clean and your heart soft. Keep your will steady and your eyes lifted. Hidden is still holy. Quiet is still work. Obedience is still the shortest path between calling and fulfillment. Walk it without hurry and without fear. You are being shaped to carry weight with peace.